Episode 2. Hello everyone. It's very clear that a lot of people really enjoy the video on the Sierra, and I didn't expect people to enjoy it so much. So this car done numbers, and the amount of good response it's had, I feel like it's my duty to try and get this thing running again. Last video of this car had loads of comments, like loads and loads. I replied to as many as I could. Just mental, just loads of people offering advice, loads of people saying that the car's good, loads of people saying put it back in, all of that stuff is really helpful. Since then, the car's pretty much just sat in my unit, and it was only like a week ago they arrived, so it's not been long. If you haven't watched the video, go and watch it, because this part of the video is like a spoiler. Go watch that video because it was really good, a lot of people enjoyed it, and then you'll be up to date and up to speed. I'll just summarize it. We got this car out the barn 30 years ago. It was parked. It was an iffy situation. The guy changed the head gasket, and when he changed the head gasket, he never really got it running again. We don't know why. He doesn't really know. There wasn't really a mechanic. He has since been back down here, and he gave me the original head unit. Let's look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's missing a knob, but look, a little Ford radio. It's brilliant. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Initial thoughts was, oh, that hole is there. That's missing. But the radio actually goes down here. And, yeah, that's like the heater matrix controls, I think. No, it's not. Because that's what that is. No, it isn't. That's a vent. Must be the heater matrix. Somebody tell me what this is in here, because I have no idea. Speaking of having no idea, a lot of people commented on the video saying we have no idea, and you are 100% correct. I have no idea about Fords. I've never owned one apart from this one. Actually, tell a lie, I had an Escort van very briefly. And yeah, I don't know anything about Fords, but I know that when an engine is sat like full of water and messed about with, it's going to be seized. It needs a bit of a motivation to just break it free. And because of the fact that I'd already looked to see how much engines are for these, and they're absolutely peanuts, we just tried a bit of everything to get it to turn, because once it turns, I'm pretty confident we can get it running. So yeah, that was the whole plan of just trying to make it run. It's not cost effective. If we hurt something, it's already hurt. There's rust all over the top of the cam. So in my opinion, it's already toast, so it doesn't really matter. I see a lot of people comment saying it's a matching engine and chassis, like number matching car. I'm not really bothered about that. It's a 1.6 Sierra. I know people probably say, oh my God, it's a matching numbers car. At the end of the day, you're not gonna make £1 million off this car. It doesn't matter. It's not like a Mark 1 Mexico or something like that. It's a bottom of the line 1.6 Sierra 4-door. It's just a bit of fun at the end of the day, but I'm not worried about that sort of thing. But I do want to put it back to standard. Wheel trims, new brakes, new fuel lines, all that jazz, clean up, and then someone else can buy it after that. But obviously I want to make a video series on this, because I know a lot of people subscribed to see a video series, but I just thought I'd put all that in there and, you know, summarize what's happening, because I know a lot of people don't see it from my side of things sometimes, but there you go, there's my 2 cents. So after I posted the video, I came down here and I wanted to see if I could get it unseized, because obviously we let it sit overnight with WD and oil and stuff in it. I couldn't get it unseized. I only tried briefly. So I had a look down the bore, and I'll insert a little clip here. Yeah, so it looks like there's rust on top of that piston there. So he came in the week and we spoke about it. When he dropped that head unit off, he told me that he doesn't believe in torque wrenches, and you don't need to torque them because he just knows how tight it is. And my thoughts are, it might have just pulled the head off. It might have had like coolant and stuff, it might just had water in it. It might have just had water inside the top of the cylinder head. He just banged another head on it, and you know, it never got it running, so there's just water inside the cylinder wall the whole time. That's the potential of what could have happened. So it could be really, really rusty in there. Obviously we can't see, So straight after that video, I did fill it up with ATF. ATF probably help unseize it, so I brimmed it. I'm gonna give it a go of getting it turned over now. If we can get it turned over now, there's a good chance we'll get it running. But if we can't get it unseized, I want to take the head off, and then I can, have a look at what's actually going on in there. There might be a bunch of bent valves in there. There might be a serious amount of pitting and stuff. I don't know. So let's try and get it turning. If not, let's rip it off in this video. Also, there's a bunch of people saying, why did you tease the car being stolen? It was stolen. Look, they smashed the lock. It's held together with a Jubilee clip. All the bottom of the cowling is missing. It was stolen, but recovered. So it wasn't technically a lie. But following that, a lot of people thought that we were stealing it. No, I wouldn't be openly posting me doing criminal activities. So, moment of truth. Oh man. Yeah, it's not happening. I think there is more inside this head than we actually know about. So I'm taking the executive decision to pull that head off. Damn it. The tensioner bolt is finger tight. That is not good. Oh, please. It's got tension on the belt, but not a lot. No, it hasn't. I reckon I could get that off with a screwdriver, to be honest. Am I going to need to take the cam out or not? There's so much sludge in the engine. It's horrible, man. That was loose. Yeah, this has not been sort of talked down together nicely. Oh man, what an idiot. I'm sorry, I should have probably had this camera view for all of that, but I've just learned, as I'm about to pull the head off, that that is the best camera view. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of rust in there. Yeah, there's a lot of rust in number one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. There's so much ATF in here. It looks decent. It's not actually that bad. What the hell? There's a mark a valve mark right there. There's a problem. And there's another valve mark here. I'll show you. Yeah, look. So that mark there, but it doesn't look bad in here. It doesn't look terrible. Let's get this thing turning then. Let me just pull all the fluid in there because that is like loads of it in there. Right, okay, so I don't know if you can actually see that, but there's not really any rust. I'm marking these front pistons here because this one's got it, this one's got it. Actually, that one's got a mark on it. And that back one also has a mark on it. Okay, every single one of these pistons has a mark on it. Ever so slightly. This one's the most marked. Okay, so we've got that mark there. The ball looks okay. See this one? There is one mark there. And then there's another mark just there, slightly. Same again, that one mark there, mark there, mark there, mark there. So, why is that? See, the head doesn't look tasty. Rusty valves. But also doesn't look terrible. But it is rusty, so it's kind of weird. There's not really like a standout apparent reason why it won't turn over. I was expecting to see a load of rust in there, and that'd be one of the reasons why. The valves have touched the pistons at some point. Has it got something to do with it? I don't know. I'm going to turn it over without the head on now for the first time, or try to for the first time. If it turns over freely, then there's obviously a problem with the head. And those marks in the pistons are pretty much nothing, so we could potentially rebuild the head, slap a new head gasket on and put it back in. So, yeah, let's give turning it over a go now. God damn it! Why? Shit. That's so annoying. Right, okay, you join me the next day. After that last clip that you just saw, I pretty much just packed up and went home because I wasn't quite sure what the problem was. And I was hoping to see a piston full of rust and just be like, oh look, there's the problem. We'll try clean it up and blah, blah, blah. But as you can see, the pistons look good. So I guess that's good in that sense. And it's like quite a high possibility that the bottom end isn't actually seized, because when I went home and thought about it, I was like, if that top bit's fine, like it's highly unlikely that just the bottom end's all like rotten or like rusty. It's like highly doubtful that there's like a load of rust in there. But I remember, I don't know if I mentioned it in the video, but he told me, the guy who got the car off, he told me that he put a clutch in his thing and the exhaust is still off the car. So he obviously never finished the job. And I'm also thinking, is it a possibility that he put a bigger flywheel in and then just like done the bolts up and pulled the gearbox into the flywheel? And that's why it's not turning. When we was trying to flat tow it, I couldn't put it in gear. I could like try to put the clutch in and put it in gear. It wouldn't go into gear. So like the clutch would go down, but it wouldn't engage a gear. You'd have to stop rolling to put it in the gear. So yeah, I'm thinking that there is something weird going on in the bell housing area, which I wasn't really expecting. Obviously we saw the rusty cam we knew the head gasket had been changed, so I initially just went for this area. Obviously took all the belts and everything off to eliminate that, and then we got the cam moving in and out, so we knew that wasn't seized. So it was like, okay, it's probably in here. That little video I took where it looked like there was rust in there, but it was an illusion. Yeah, so I went straight to here. But now, thinking about it, it's a high possibility that that flywheel is an issue, or the clutch is an issue. Something in there is like stuck, basically. So I'm basically almost pretty much taking the engine out now. I'm hoping once we release... The door is so loud. I'm hoping once we release pressure off the bell housing, I can then turn it. We've got a bit of ahead of ourselves here. I've basically decided I'm just gonna take the whole engine out in one piece. I've disconnected the prop, shifter, clutch cable, all the wiring, and I'm basically ready to pull it out. I've got a tow rope around the engine mounts and the gearbox bell housing. Annoyingly, the head had the hooks to sort of like lift the engine up, so I'm gonna try and get this out without destroying everything, and also try and get it off without taking the bonnet off. So how well that's gonna go, I don't know, but I'm here to find out. I think it's fair to say I needed 2 people for that. Dickhead, man. To start with, the prop shaft was still connected ever so slightly on the back of that gearbox. I didn't realise, which is why it wasn't lifting up as I wanted it to. And then I started picking it up, and the only way to get it out was to tip it upright like that. So that's why I did that. There's oil absolutely everywhere. But didn't have to take the bonnet off, and everything is out in one piece. Let's rip the gearbox off and see if I was correct. See if the engine somehow... No. It don't want to know. It really does not want to know. I thought, yeah, that'll be it. Of course that'll be it. That'll be fine. Nope. It's generally just seized in the bottom end. I'm going to take the clutch off now and the flywheel. And then I'll check one more time. And at that point, it's game over for this engine. Seized. Well, that is extremely annoying. It quite simply is the bottom end seized. And can't say I haven't tried everything to unseize it, apart from literally take it to a million bits. So, yeah, it's annoying. I'm gonna hit the piston with a bit of wood and just give it a little love persuasion. That's all I can really do, really. Other than that, I guess we'll be getting a new engine, a replacement one. Like, the 1.6 Pintos are literally peanuts. I'll probably end up buying one of those, so taking all this out isn't wasted time. Taking it apart was good, because you might have been able to save it, but I think it's, yeah, I don't know. It might have, like, heat seized or something, run it dry or something like that. I don't know, so, yeah, we'll, I'll give it a bit of a love tap now. Now I know it's definitely the bottom end. I'm going to give the pistons a bit of a love tap. See if I can get them to break free. And yeah. It's turning. Oh, yes. There was some moisture in there. Wow. Ah, nice. It turns, okay. Maybe the rings were just stuck to the balls. Good job I took the engine out, really, isn't it? Fuck! Okay, it's not seized anymore. The rings were obviously stuck to the balls, which is always a bit of a tricky one, because if they're really stuck, I've seen like videos of people doing this sort of stuff before. And some people do even the smallest bits of hammering, and they like put a hole in the piston because they're not meant for hammering on. So I took a risk and they work. I think now, get a new head or rebuild that head. It's gonna need a new cam anyway because it's proper pitted. So probably easier just get a whole new head. It's probably got bent valves in it anyway. We saw the marks on the top of the pistons from the valves. We know this was put on. We don't know if it's any good. I'll probably find a good second-hand head, get it skimmed, rebuilt, put it on there, put it all back together. Job's good, and obviously I'll take the sump off, check the bearings, make sure everything is nice inside there. Just pull the caps off, put them back on. Yeah, and then maybe get all new little bits and bobs for it. Alternator, dizzy fuel pump, get all that nice and clean. Clean the engine bay, the rack. Whoa! Nearly died. The rack, the boots have literally fallen off. Yeah. Fun. So, I thought this video was going to end on no conclusion whatsoever. And just be a disaster. But we've actually accomplished something, and all of this wasn't wasted time, so yeah, I'm glad we got that done. It's just an absolute bomb site in here. There's oil everywhere. Still don't know if the gearbox is okay, or the clutch. It doesn't explain why we couldn't get into gear while we were driving. Maybe the clutch was stuck or the cable was not doing its thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out as it comes. On that note, I am gonna end the video here. Go home, get a shower, edit this video so it can be up tomorrow evening. And yeah, expect more videos on the Sierra. I'll try to do it one a week, keep the ball moving. Obviously got this on there. I've got to do some work on the Prelude soon. Customers' cars. Just start stacking videos really. I've got a lot of things to film this winter. So let me know what you think about this. If you've got a shifter for this gearbox, let me know because I broke it getting it out. If you've got a cylinder head, let me know. Any parts that you think I might need, let me know because, yeah, I'm gonna give this car a new lease of life. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.